OMG.
Also try.
Now I'm good. Okay, so last time I talked about liking to make breakfast sandwiches a lot, but my girlfriend's here this weekend, and if you guys didn't know, she is half Mexican. So we're gonna be adapting those breakfast sandwiches into breakfast tacos this week. I have some leftover Mexican food from a place I got in SF, some spinach, some cheese, some avocados finally, and then this is my first time trying this salsa verde from Trader Joe's. Heard it's pretty good. Some mushrooms, tortillas, and eggs. Oh, you want the breakfast patties?
Yeah.
And since she's a vegetarian, we also get meatless breakfast patties. Let's do some cooking.
And I chose.
Oh, you chose K-pop.
As a genre. I was gonna.
잔잔하기만 하던 온 나의 마음에 Quite suddenly 퐁당 또 퐁당 아니 퐁당 큰 돌을 던진 너 기다리고 기다리던 그 사람이 온 내 앞에 내 맘 어느새 일렁이는 상상병에라도 걸렸나봐요 아야 아파 아른아른거려 잠이 오질 않아 연락도 없는 밤 서럽기만 한나 눈 감아도 그대만 보여요 터질 것 같은 이맘 순간의 호기심은 아니에요 그대 아니면 난 안 돼요 내 생각을 하지나 할까 사랑 그 반대말이 뭔지 아나요 그건 무관심 어설프긴 해도 괜찮은 놈이
You going in the pan? I fell.
No,
It's
my
okay,
rice.
it's okay. I got it.
Oh my god, I actually put the pan there. I have to go get the rice, sorry. The mushroom one is more desperate. Get the rice out. Put it on that plate, and bring the plate over.
This over here.
Okay, put the taco on. Okay, serve it.
Serve.
Oh my god, I didn't put the rice,
Put the rice on.
Serve it.
Serve. Oh, killed that shit. 900? That's like 300 points above it. We did it. So today I'm meeting up with a friend. You guys might know her, especially if you're on YouTube, Issa Sung. Gonna put together a quick outfit. I feel like most of the time, since I'm working from home, I don't really get fitted. Just because I'm a little bit lazy, and honestly, I usually prefer to just wear like comfy clothes around the house. Whenever I'm catching up with a friend or just like going out, I try to throw together a little outfit just so I don't feel too lazy. And honestly, just so I can actually use the stuff that's in my wardrobe. I've really been loving the women's section at Uniqlo specifically because of how they hit kind of just at the belt line or the waist. Alright, let's go meet Issa.
Alexa, turn all the lights on.
어젯밤에 내가 잘못했어 이제 그만 나를 용서해줘 앞으로 더 잘할게 라고 약속해 baby oh. 나는 어제 내가 잘못한 걸 눈에 뜨고 드디어 깨달았네 baby 왜 넌 너만 보면 감히 자꾸 투정을 부리게 돼 Boy, what do I do? 띠꺼운 말투 이쁜 얼굴은 찌뿌둥해지네 집에 와서 내 화를 너에게 푸는 내가 너무 싫었어 이기적이야
It's a bit of a gloomy and rainy day in San Francisco, but we're gonna go ahead and do a little bit of a plant tour. I'm also just gonna go through some general plant care tips. I will preface this by saying that I by no means think that I am a plant expert. I feel like some of my plants could also definitely use some help, but 95% of the plants that I've ever got in this apartment have survived. Got my trusty watering can here. Before I jump into talking about all the different plants that I have, I'll quickly go over a few places that I like getting plants from. I have a few that are from Bloomscape, which is like an online plant retailer. A few that are from Home Depot, which is a really great option if you're on a budget, but I will say some of the plants that I have gotten from Home Depot had issues with pests or like insects in them. And then I also just have a few from a local plant and flower market. Oh, and I forgot one more thing. I think I have one plant also from IKEA, which actually I think is a really great place to get them. I'm not sure if every single IKEA does have plants, but if your IKEA does have plants, I feel like that is another really great option. So yeah, that's where I've gotten most of my plants. Okay, so plant number one here. This is a Calathea plant, I think it's what it's called, or a pinstripe plant. Plants all have like these scientific names and they also have just like household names. So I'll probably go over the household names for most of these. This is a plant that I've had for a while and I feel like it's always done consistently well. And I feel like the reason for that is it basically tells you when it needs to be watered. So you'll kind of notice that the leaves kind of curl up when they get dry, which is super helpful because not all plants really do that. The next two I'll talk about are these pothos plants. And I actually have a bunch of these all over the apartment and for a good reason. They require super little sunlight and honestly pretty much never die. And then I also just love how the vine kind of hangs down. So you'll notice I have these ones in my kitchen to give a little bit of greenery to the countertop. Also just like really great for hanging on shelves and stuff. You'll notice also I picked this yellow leaf off. That's one plant care tip I didn't realize before because I feel like whenever a leaf turns yellow, you're always kind of hoping that it's going to turn back to green. But that pretty much never happens. And so I've learned that whenever a leaf turns yellow, you should pretty much just immediately pick it off. So that way the plant can actually focus its nutrients on the actual healthy leaves. You'll also notice that whenever I'm watering the plants, I'm kind of sticking my finger into the soil to see how dry it is. That is my way of telling whether the plant needs water or not, because different plants require different watering schedules. You can obviously look up when your plant needs water online, but I think a more easier and also more efficient way of doing it is honestly just sticking your finger like 1 or 2 inches into the soil, so like the second knuckle. And if those few inches of top layer soil are completely dry, then that's probably a good indicator that your plant needs to be watered again. So as for this plant, this is a ponytail palm plant. You can see it kind of looks like a little ponytail. Some of the tips of the leaves are turning brown. That's actually because my cat likes to chew on them. Somehow she knows that this is the only pet-friendly one because this is the one that she actually can eat and not really have any health consequences. All right, next up we have this vine climbing up this concrete pillar. I'm honestly not actually sure what this is called. I just call it a Swiss cheese plant because you can see that the leaves kind of have these holes in them. Haven't had any issues with this plant as well. Super easy to take care of and obviously you can tell it grows very quickly and also very tall. Up on top of here, I have 2 Dracaena plants, I think it's what they're called. These have got to be the easiest plants to take care of ever. I think I've had these for like 3 years and honestly like there have been months where I've left and they still survived somehow. So highly recommend those if you're prone to killing plants. This one right here is a hedgehog aloe plant. So it's related to like the aloe vera plants, kind of like how spiky it looks. And honestly, it kind of just looks like a massive succulent. Interestingly enough, I feel like I'm really bad at taking care of succulents. I don't know what it is. I feel like they're supposed to be super easy to take care of, but mine always die for some reason. This guy right here is an umbrella plant, and as you can see I kind of have it growing through the shelf, which I think is pretty cool. This has been pretty easy to take care of. I think eventually it's going to grow tall enough so I'm going to have to like bind these together so it keeps growing straight and doesn't start like falling over. Next to that one I have this money tree, which again very easy to take care of. Definitely a big fan of this one. Over in this corner, I have 2 plants. The first one is this pretty large Monstera plant. I feel like this has got to be like one of the most viral or well-known plants. This one also I think is pretty easy to take care of. I've even kept it in my dark bedroom for a month or 2 and it was doing fine there as well. And then next to it, I have this alocasia, but there's a lot of different varieties of it. This one I really like because the stem is a zebra pattern, which I think is super cool. All right, on to the big plants. And this bad boy right here is probably the plant that I get asked the most questions about. This is a bird of paradise, which is around 7 feet tall. I really like it in my apartment because of how tall my ceilings are. I was really looking for basically like a tree. Next up, and this is a personal favorite of mine, is this braided money tree. If you're looking for a large indoor house plant, this is one of the easier ones to take care of, and I also just really love how it looks like a tree. It grows new leaves very fast. Again, make sure to pick off any yellow leaves leaves. You can see like these ones especially are not even fully yellow yet, but over the course of the last few days, I've noticed them continuously getting more and more yellow. So I'm pretty sure that these are not going to be able to make a comeback. That's why I just pick them off and then again let the plant focus its nutrients on the actual healthy leaves. On this shelf here, I have a few plants. This is another pothos plant, which I went over earlier. I have this plant, which I honestly have no idea what it's called. I think my girlfriend got this for me at Trader Joe's. And then I have this little cactus. Obviously, cactuses are super easy to take care of. They literally need to be watered like once a month. This sort of wispy, very zen looking plant here is an asparagus fern plant. I also get a lot of questions about this because I feel like it's very unique with how like dainty its leaves look. This one is, in my experience, not the easiest to take care of. I really love how it looks. I feel like there are very few plants that almost make a space feel like tranquil or very peaceful. So big fan of this one, just not the easiest to take care of.